Hi Science2 kiddos. Two activities that I want to do today, again involving water. The first is to get another container like again a paper cup or a recycled plastic jar, something like that. Do not use anything that's glass or porcelain because we're going to be moving these around a little bit and I don't want anything to break if you drop it. First thing I want you to do is just fill up the container with water, maybe about halfway. And then just a simple demonstration of gravity. Obviously if I take this cup of water and I turn it upside down, water pours out. No surprises there, right? We know the gravitational force is pulling the water down towards the center of the earth. But what if I told you that there is a way that you could flip this container upside down and keep the water inside of it without having to put a lid on or anything like that? That's what I want to explore today. So again, let's fill the container up probably about 3/4 of the way. I'd say maybe just below 3/4 is how much you want to fill your container up. And I think you can predict what we're going to do, but we're going to try to use centripetal force. It's the same concept behind why the moon doesn't fall back down to the earth, right? That it has this tangential velocity that just keeps it falling all the way around the planet. This is a little bit different, but we're going to sort of use another force to keep the water in the bottle. Now this is going to be a little bit of a delicate procedure. I would like you to try this, but please again do this in a clear space where you can where you have space, you're not going to hit anything, maybe somewhere where you're not afraid to spill a little bit of water. And again, please use a container that isn't going to break if you accidentally drop it. But what you want to do is get a good grip on the container. You want to keep your arms straight and you want to just do a full rotation all the way around. Again, make sure nothing's behind you, make sure it's clear. Here we go. And you'll notice the water did not spill at all. Now I had to put a little bit of strength into it, right? You've got to go fast. If you go slow, the water is definitely going to spill. But if you go fast enough, I generate enough force to keep the water in the bottom of the container. Now, here's the thing. If I tried to do that in a smaller rotation, for example, like right here, it's not going to work nearly as well, right? If I try to flip it just like this, then it's not doing all that well, right? I could try it like that, but that small rotation doesn't give us enough force. And so the best thing to do is to actually empty your bottle out, which mine was already a little bit empty. But if you have less water in there, that's less mass. And remember, mass is directly proportional to the gravitational force. So it's going to take a lot less force from me to counteract the force of gravity coming from the earth. And so now I should be able to just flip this cup now without even having to use my shoulder as the rotation point, and I can still keep the water inside the container. So again, I'd like you to try that. This is what I'd like you to try to document or film. And as I was preparing for this, I was reminded of some popular videos that came out a couple of years ago where everyone was obsessed with flipping bottles. And this does relate a little bit to that in terms of how the liquid behaves. There's a lot more going on with bottle flipping, and hopefully it's stuff that we'll get into more as we get deeper into physics with rotation and center of gravity and things like that. But it's sort of similar that if you'll notice that the water stays on the bottom of the container even as we flip it up. So what I'd like you to do is just to demonstrate that you did these activities, use your phone to take a little selfie video of the last two things. So I want you to take a video of you rotating your container in a small rotation, so you can just hold your phone out like that, have your container here, and just do the little small rotation there, showing me that you're keeping the water inside of it. And then you can have one attempt at a bottle flip, whether you make it or not. Only record one of them, and that's it. Then you just need to upload that video. It shouldn't be more than maybe a minute at most. Upload that video to Flipgrid through the link that is in the tasks on Canvas. And as always, then make sure that you have cleaned up your space. If you spilled any water, dry it up, throw away the container if you used a recycled container, right? Make sure you're keeping your space clean.